What do we say? Let's get underway here with our final of our Team Masters team event. It'll be DSAB 1, your defending champions, taking on Milwaukee Monstahs here in this one. William Stuart alongside me, Mr. Nick Dichiria. Strap in, get ready. We're going to have a great match coming your way right now.
This is everything that we always love to see. We love seeing this German team, especially the DSAB 1 team, who's known to have such prestige, such success on the dartboard, and they're looking to have that prestige, that success again.
They are your current holders of the hill, so they'll have to get double dipped in order to lose out on this final. Monstahs making a run here on the loser side, at least for a few matches to get to this point. But it was a massive 160 check from Jeffrey Johnson to get him into the final. Yeah. Just impressive stuff at a needed time.
Well, right now you look at the Milwaukee Monstahs. Garrett Rakowski doing pretty strong, doing pretty good. Steve Hilger playing pretty strong, pretty good. Jeff Johnson, very clutch at times, but having struggles in others, as you see right there. Marcel getting a beautiful, beautiful in. And then you see a Smoochy Smooth, and he's had some struggles. He's had some low moments. He definitely picked it up, though, in that last match. He needs to stay at this level or higher to get through this one because they have a long way to go to get the double dip here. South Warriors asking about Team Spain. Spain will be playing tomorrow in the International Challenge. None of the Spanish teams were able to make it into today.
I think the reasoning was because they were pushing it close on that Friday. They actually weren't able to do the International Challenge walk-on on Thursday night at the pool party because they hadn't arrived yet. So I'm guessing they didn't do the 0-1. I'm guessing we'll see a Team Spain in cricket.
Exactly. And right now, they're sitting on the other side of our camera here, but there are so many people sitting in this audience right now, and particularly a lot of German contingent out here supporting. One thing to note here is I was just talking with Garrett, and he was talking about how, he's like, look at all the German support players here. You can see that there's a fair amount just giving the love and support to these players. On the other end, though, like Garrett's like, I just wish we had like 30 drunk Americans in here cheering for us on the other side, too.
Well, I've always spoken. The Germans come out and support their teams. Look at this.
They're roaring out there.
That's all Germans. All Germans. There's not a single American in there that's supporting these guys. Well, there's
a couple on the side. And there's some that are probably watching further in distance. But if you're on your phone right now and you're here in Las Vegas, these guys just said, where's our support?
Get here. They run. Help them out.
Vice versa. If you're the Germans, you're thinking, no, we're good.
Yeah.
Good stuff indeed, though, from DSAB. They are coming fired up. We saw them in the seat match, which was pretty well contested, but they stayed strong at the end. We haven't seen them in a little bit, and they're really good about spending their breaks successfully. Now Porky needs to try to leave a finish from 295 to be the first one to finish. Nico only left at 175, 298. Doesn't leave that first finish, though. So now Marcel should be able to accomplish that. The salty boy in jorts. He's definitely picked it up. He was struggling a lot earlier, we saw, compared to where we've seen him. Doesn't seem to be having those struggles right now.
Not at all. He is doing exactly what he needs to for his team. Even Garrett giving him a little nod of approval there.
Garrett going to have to try to make a play. Needs at least 143 points to leave a finish. Doesn't do so. He only hits a 140. Last start goes low, and he says some German expletives himself.
Garrett is definitely one that is not shy about having some fun with the Germans here. They have some fun with him.
Germany plus Porky plus Garrett is a perfect combo. They are practically adopted by the Germans. Just leaves a 163, but still going to be happy with that.
Yeah, Q in that 40 is what he's doing.
As he should. Porky's going to try to get all the way down to 16. Doesn't get low. It's a solid scoring visit.
Garrett's back there having fun with the guys in the back.
As he should.
It's just great. Just love seeing it. Tops for 1-0. And locks it in. You see that, hear a big roar there from the crowd.
146, 180, 130.
Top tier stuff,
and
man.
Yeah, check out. That was beautiful. 50 point per dart there. Wonderful stuff. Marcel was not salty. That was sweet.
Hey, come on. I want my hug. I want my hug.
He shook his own hand and everything. Porky's like, I got to take the picture. That's my job. I'm the picture guy.
Picture dude.
Here we go. On the leg number 2, DSAB 1 gets leg number 1 on the board. You're starting to see a couple more of the American friends starting to sneak in. They're sitting behind where the dartboard is on the screen. Saw a couple more sneaking in. But, man, that German rally sport. Here's the other thing, too, is that once they're there, Garrett even mentioned this last night. He's like, sometimes they do show the support shows, but they don't like to get loud. You got to get loud on the other side as well. Get a little rowdy to help bounce it out a little bit. But now on the leg number 2, new game to play. Jeff Johnson not playing around, finds a 100 on the end.
Great second. Smooth here has got to convert. Perfect first dart. Mixing a triple in there, and a big triple at that. Can't do it. But he's on. That's the main thing here. He's on.
And that's all that matters in this given moment. Play the supporting role. Just if the darts go your way where you can lead the way, you're going to do so. But otherwise, just take your time with it.
Bianca saying Nico's uncle
Daniel
is Daniel. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that one either, actually.
Yeah. Daniel, pretty quality player.
Bianca's been tuning in with us a bit. We would love to see you out here one of these times. I know we were talking with you a lot last year in the chat and a lot of other events as well.
Speaking of, Germans, I actually spoke to Max Hopp at the World Championships because I asked him, I said, would you potentially have interest in doing a German dub over for commentary? And he was like, yeah, I'd potentially do that. I said, well, we got the NDA Team Dart stream. He goes, NDA Team Dart? I actually should have played in that when I was 15, but I was kind of too young to go.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, I actually would really enjoy that. And then he got his tour card. I was like, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, no,
I'm
he's not
going to
looking
bother
back.
the man. But, no, that would be potentially. That's just something potentially that we're thinking about of what direction do we go? Do we add a second stream that's just no commentary? Do we try to do a German dub over? Do we try to do something like that? I know a lot of Germans do speak English, so does it, is it beneficial? You let us know.
Yeah, if you guys would watch it, let us know.
All right.
Smooth here, going to focus on just trying to play consistent on the scoring.
Yes.
He's been up and down, but a lot more down than up.
And we're seeing it creep in right there. That was not the time to have that one happen to you. And this gives way to this player 4 score line
to get back
getting in front of you. I mean, 2 triples. 2 triples.
What a shot there. What a recovery. Big find.
That's the biggest roar yet.
Oh, and they're going to continue to get louder as it gets progressively on. And here's the thing. We talked about Milwaukee Monsters, but Smooth with his struggles can't afford to have it here. We saw that. It let a error from the German team end up being a rally cry for the whole team. He's going to need to settle down and just focus on getting, even if it's just 60, just start with getting those 60 points around, then make it up to 80, then make it up to 100. Jeff Johnson has been solid. You can see that right here, 100, 100. 140 to leave the 161 is the ideal target line, and that's a good first start to try to get you in range. Oh, but an off turn, 28 points scored. Now only means 100 points needs to get scored by DSAB to get the A score line in front as well.
Yep.
Well, equal to, I should say.
Yeah. Another one. Not quite, but it's all right.
Smooth shaking his head. Got to stay positive. Got to try to smile and wave through it. That was all smile, no wave. See a Team USA participant, Joey Mann, in the background, giving his support, cheering on Garrett. That was a gentleman we probably, I think, forgot to mention earlier with Team USA. Big shot there. This is getting a little bit heavy on the side of the German contingent. And the Wisconsin Knights are feeling a little bit of despair in this given moment.
Jeffrey pulling as usual, just taking his time to make sure he's set up and ready.
He won't be able to leave a finish.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him, and only 3 fats.
Well, and also, I mean, realistically, Smooth is about to freeze to 213 regardless.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if the miss was particularly consequential, but you can't afford to go 2-0 down because that means you have to get 3 off the spin.
And especially against the double dip, that is almost seems like a little bit too much to come back on, you know?
And that would also mean you need to win 6 of the next 8 legs, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the other part of that if you go 2-0 down.
Ouch.
That's
Ouch.
a tall task. And this is what the German teams do the best. Not only are they here supporting for each other, but they are locked in. They are engaged. They know what it takes. And so do these Milwaukee Monster boys, but the Germans just do it right. Look at this. Look at that shot right there.
Absolutely
A beautiful 177.
Just incredible.
And Jeff will be at a finish here, but will more likely not be able to get a shot at it. Finds a 140. It's solid. Starting to hear some of the Americans try to cheer in there. They just don't got the same vibe.
Nope, they don't. Not quite yet.
Oh, man, everything's working right now for DSAB. Everything's going their way. Smooth has to take this out in 6 darts and hope that they don't. That's the only way out of this. You have to leave a finish. If you don't leave a finish this turn, this leg is over. It's guaranteed 2-0.
Yeah, this is just not Smooth's leg here, and he's just had an unfortunate go.
Again, too much pressure on his own shoulders. He's a talented player. We've seen what he can do at other stops. We've seen him play in Plover. We've seen him, I believe that was where he had a combined 9-darter with Porky. We've seen what he can do, but right now the German team's looking to be too much. 2-0 advantage. 1 leg away from a back-to-back win.
Massive, massive advantage for the Germans.
You can see some handshakes going around. Some smiles are still there. But you can look, there's a little bit more of attention on the Milwaukee team right now. They know that it's now or never. Positivity is everything, but they need to positively get this leg on their direction. Gary gets on the second. It's going to take that in. That's perfectly fine. Garrett's fired up out there. You can
Yeah.
hear him. He is yapping. Part of the reason we see these German players have so much success is, some of them also play steel. But another fact is Marco brings up in here how difficult it would be for Americans to throw darts on a 2-hole board, also known as a 13-inch board over here, because 2-hole being the size of the triple segments on the 13-inch board. And we've seen it in some events, but I think that's part of the reason when you play on a smaller target segment, you're going to have more consistent accuracy overall because you have to develop that accuracy. You have to be a little bit more pinpoint.
Yeah. But most of the German boards are going to be the thinner 13-inch line. I mean, that's what they predominantly play on, so it's a steel version of soft. But, anymore, especially since the move for bull shooter, they don't really play that format anymore. I don't think you're going to ever really see that at events.
Well, I was going to say, because Phoenix and Radical don't really have it on their main lines. The flipping board on the Arachnid, the only event that they have right now is in their finale. They have a $5,000 added one-off event for the 13.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's 5,000. Don't quote me on that. But so since it's less, I would say the Americans wouldn't fare as well. The 13-inch or a 2-hole board is one of the hardest to play on, and it's harder than steel. Like, definitively harder than steel.
It's tough.
Nico going to do what Nico does in this situation, try to gain some advantage. Finds the first two. How about a 180? Nico Kurz casts the curse on the other team.
Yeah, definitely a big round there. And Jeff needs to find some success here. And for those that are saying it's an ice, it's not. This guy has done this his whole career, guys. He's a technical thrower. So
he's playing well within the time restraints that is allowed here.
Well, you look at this. You look at Justin Pipe. Who's worse? Way worse is Justin Pipe at the time. So, yeah, I mean.
I remember.
Just everybody has their own setup. Everybody has their own release.
And Guillermo saying a very good point. In Europe, Radical does have a special 13-inch board, which is quite common in the north of Europe. So there you go. That's good to know.
Oh, yeah, we didn't know.
We just don't get to see that over here.
You never see it. I mean, a Radical board with a 13-inch.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I haven't.
But
here.
I know that they probably do exist.
Yeah.
Like I said, Arachnid's the only one that is kind of known for that.
One nice addition, too, is the low-end boards. I mean, they're going to have to make a little adjustments or whatever to get boards here next year, but there is a low-end board out there that's big in Germany that potentially we could see added in the next year's events.
Yeah, I want to play around with that one when we finish up here. This is starting to get out of sorts a little bit. Garrett does find a big 140. Look at him. Garrett is fired up right now, man.
He's trying to keep him going.
He's also trying to
see. Look at the Americans back there having a laugh too.
Well, and then he's getting the Germans going too. But he's trying to get everybody fired up. He's saying, "Come on, don't give up. Who cares about the scenario? We're here having fun, and I'm going to throw my best darts." But Nico can control the destiny. He's getting 101 points away from a 3-0 win in this final. Jeff needs to push out in front and try to play for a freeze angle on that 401. And that's not what you needed to see. Right now, sitting at a combined 555 points.
Yeah.
The 401 more than likely cannot freeze, so the 101 will almost guaranteed get an opportunity, barring a almost complete miss on this turn. Finds the first 20. Finds the other one. Finds a 180! The Germans rally again. They continue on. Garrett's going to try to leave a finish, but he can do nothing but hope Nico Kurz misses the 101.
Just literally trying to end this with a sweep.
Well, they know what Milwaukee Monstahs can do. They don't want to mess around with any of it. If they can get a 3-0, they'll take it.
1,000%, even if they can do it right here with a 101 check from Nico Kurz. This crowd would erupt.
still go.
They would
Double 19.
erupt. And look at him roar. Big win as Nico Kurz takes out the 101 to lock in another back-to-back title here at NDA Team Dart.
The Germans are doing what they do best. They are winning. They are playing darts, and they are doing it better than anybody else in the room so far.
We saw it last night. Ricky and Justy pulling off the back-to-back. We're seeing it again here today. DSAB 1 winning last year and winning here today. They are taking home another title with them to Germany.
Yeah.
Incredible.